But as you said, yeah, a lot is around these first three maps. Can Dallas take one? They were able to steal what? That is your cave, which was such a big story. Krim had a great map. We saw the Graw come out from Shotzi, really focusing on the fourth and fifth kill. We'll have to keep our eyes on that. But I think really the big story between these two, they've matched up so many times. Dallas, they have the advantage in our eyes on. 6-5 in the series. But where does Atlanta FaZe really come strong? Domination, whether it's 6-1, 7-1, I say that it's 7-3 in their favor in Search and Destroy. I think you heard Dallas talk about it. Their whole team has to be better. They have an opportunity to completely dismantle Dallas Empire if they can fix their mistakes.
Absolutely. I mean, these first has to be better. Again, the reason they're big, Dallas 2-6 on Cave, 11-6 on Gunrunner Search, but 0-3 versus Atlanta, 2-4 on Petrodome, but 0-2 versus Atlanta. If they can get one of these map wins, how massive it would be. But let's get it rocking. It is time for the CDL Championship match. Empire FaZe rolling right back into Cave and jump from the winner's final. Considering we saw this for the map one, what really stood out for you? What was the big key for you in that first match?
Well, it's what we talked about Atlanta FaZe's the past couple of months, the ability to hold when they get these early rotations yesterday. After the first set, it was a 90-100 point lead. Then we saw the strategy come out for Dallas Empire where they would give up a hill early, rotate. That doesn't happen. If Atlanta FaZe can hold those hills, strategy come out, who knows what happens yesterday.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye when we get to like that class and how Empire plays. Yeah, they were really putting everything into holding that right side of the map for like 3 straight hard points. We'll see if that's what continues. But nice, it's really for Empire real FaZe all going their way as well. It'll be FaZe inside. Okay, so this is going to be a prime example of this. So FaZe are going to give up a lot of time at this point. They're going to be set up early in a great position. But if they get broken, it could be the same spot again where you end up with this 70-point advantage trip.
Well, they might not be in a great position. He's been in with some nice shots. Simcoe is going to recover. He's going to take down two. Krim trying to play his life right now. Trying to play for spawns, trying to play for rotation. But Atlanta FaZe, okay, they slow things down. They deal with the players trying to put pressure on the spawns. Now it's all trying to front hit. How does Dallas Empire want to break through?
We'll see what they can do. Trying to hit it from mid-alley and the west side of the cave. They can swoop this in with a takedown. One could be an opening, but Abizi is able to pick that up. Abizi has been so strong, and he keeps it going here as he does shut down two. Now the pressure of the Major Maniac inside of the point. He's going to need some help as he's trying to lock down the time. The flood has got to here with Empire. The spawns haven't flipped, but they've got enough kills to get FaZe spawning in the back and get into the point. This is great for Empire. The flood has got to here with Empire. The spawns haven't flipped, but they've got enough kills to get FaZe spawning in the back and get into the point. This is locking things on.
You're sort of in a trap right now. You do have 10 seconds before the next hill pops. Maybe he's games are for Atlanta FaZe. Sim, you know what he can do. 9-5, just finished on a 4-3, but 3 goes down. Nuke going big. Can he find number 5? He can. Up to 12-4. He's been the MVP for Dallas Empire. He's been so clutch, so consistent, and he is keeping it going right now.
Up to 7 in a row. Finally will drop. But think about those kills. He was Clayster with the triple to kind of pin FaZe back at the first point. Then as the transition's coming in, he got 5 from both. Like FaZe just didn't have a chance. They're just now getting towards the point. There's 30 seconds remaining in it, but they're able to rebound with a bit of authority to stay in this game and only beat out 20. But one individual moment of brilliance from Clayster and Hoop. Now FaZe will try to answer back. You take a look at that number 0 and Abizi already rotating all the way over to Cave side west, making sure he's getting set up for next. How many members will he have to deal with? But we'll stay focused for now on the current hard point. The final seconds begin to tick off. Now, eyes over to Abizi.
Yeah, this is something I want to focus on. Watch the Blue Arrows and how they play this, right? Because their goal is try to get the right side of the mini-map because they want spawns for Cliff. And now you're seeing a good example of where, okay, they actually do get the spawns. Atlanta FaZe are going to get a lot of time here. Dallas is not close to this. This is how they played it yesterday. If they get some time here, but it's almost like they're giving Atlanta FaZe 40 to 50 seconds. They just want, this is how they played it yesterday. Final game, you're going to see shots pull the Graw, and they're going to get set up.
Well, yeah, and the reason for this is like, if you're a new viewer, it's not just for the next hard point at Outpost, which yes, is on the right side of the map, but that works when we get the second set of rotation for first. It sets them up for stood out yesterday, but we get over to our Game Fuel featured player for a moment. We'll stick with Clay through a couple of respawns and see what he can get going, but it's Priesta with 5 in a row that gets up to 12-12.
And well, so FaZe is going to get this 20-point lead. They get a majority of the time. And you know, they've talked about they like being the break team. Can they break it here? Because this was the strategy that Dallas revolved around. You're going to see Shotzi number 5 all the way back in that building, locking things down. Everybody winning their one-on-ones. All the M4s lighting up the feed. And, I mean, it's just a great hold so far. They find the first 20 seconds.
What we really want to look at is it was, what, about a 15-point advantage for FaZe? Like, after the next 3 hard points. Basically, after, what, Caves side east, like, what's the difference? What's the separation? They put all of that into it, let FaZe get 40 to 50 points. Now, what is kind of that plus minus once they get through these 3 points, which favor that side of the map? But now Hoop's really hot. He has stayed hot. 5 in a row again for him. Out to 21-12 as he's looking to get hunting inside of Caves, but Simp there ready with the read and able to lock him down. But how clean that was from Empire, and well, any FaZe lead has been blown away.
And now they're in a position where there's always the opportunity where you could get trapped if you're a Dallas Empire, but with Illy's spot inside of this building, he's going to be able to put pressure on this hill as soon as it pops. It's like, yeah, I mean, Atlanta FaZe just sort of, I don't know, it feels like at times they aren't really sure how to play against this Dallas Empire and their strategy moving forward. But it always helps when you have Hook, who's going on 5 sprees, is 22-12. You're only down 30, which is much better than the deficit you were in yesterday. But it's just going to come down to a couple of key fights. And when we go back to that Cliff Hill, I'm just curious, can Atlanta FaZe break that setup? Can they stop it from happening?
Yeah. And remember, it was, what, 1-6 on this particular map for Empire coming into the Winners Bracket Final. It beat FaZe here yesterday. Now a chance to do it again. That is screaming preparation for this particular roster. But they've done a good job trying to contest towards mid, make sure FaZe don't get all of the points, because they have brought it back a bit closer, now down about 15 points. But now the big battles are going to start to go down inside a cave. The point man for now with the M4 now going to be Major Maniac, because he's already able to take down Illy. Illy already back in the mix off spawn, but some huge fights now about to go down towards our next hard point. And if you locked out all this time and pushed this out to like a 60-point lead, it was all worth it, right? It was all worth it if you're Empire. But if you get broken, not going to be the case. And then, well, that might be the break. 4 going to go down. They're surging on through. It's 3 in a row for Celium. Shotzi trying to get back into the mix. Some nice movement there to at least take down 1. And the 4 kills from FaZe instantly answered by 4 from Empire. But FaZe have done enough to at least get them out of the point, make this a bit sloppy.
And I think that's it, right? If you're Atlanta FaZe, you're not trying to get a ton of time here. I mean, you would love to earn some time. You're just trying to delay it. You know they have the good spawns. You're trying to trap them back here so you can rotate over towards Soccer Field and get a good majority of time there. You have the advantage rotating to Cave side west. So this could quickly turn into an advantage for Atlanta FaZe. They're going to try and keep them pinned here. You see the nades coming through. Priesta wants to get out, but that's big 3 kills, and it's behind Hook, already up to 29. Make that 30. He's on another 4 spree. Allows them to get out of cave. And yeah, the pressure's already out towards the middle of the map, which is perfect for Dallas Empire.
Well, think about how big Hook was on both sides of that particular hardpoint. Whether it was getting the kills to kind of pin FaZe back or getting the kills to break out. Like, he's just going massive at huge spots within this game. But a Shotzi now with Dead Silence Pop trying to finesse and nearly finds another one. But Celium's got the angle to lock him down. Nobody in the point for now, but at mid-map, it was Hoop picking up yet another kill and able to apply pressure over towards the spiral side of this point. The rhythm keeps on flowing. Hoop, the nuke, literally dropping a nuke on this map right now. The man's a magician, and he's been special throughout map 1.
And don't forget, Clint, what we get if somebody drops 40 kills. I know chat's getting excited for some burritos, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. But over to Cave Side West, Dallas Empire, they have a 45-point lead. And there we go. You see all the blue arrows. They're starting to transition over. They have this lead. They're playing around this strategy. And Atlanta FaZe play perfect from here on out.
And yeah, FaZe, they're trying to pick this up. They've sent players over to deal with it, but it's like a 1 versus 50.
It's like what do you do? Just like not get the points on the hill, right?
Exactly.
Like you're gonna take the hill time.
Empire is putting literally zero focus in this until wrapping the entire way around the map. And now if they get a break, that's just gravy on top if they can get a bit of contest here and hold that right side. They've already cleared FaZe out of the point for now. They're still spawning safe. I think it's Abizi that's going to try and maybe wrap back and disrupt this. He's going to have a one-on-one with Illy on the other side of it, and he's able to win one. That could be massive, but now if you lose this, at least if you're Empire, at least you were able to get in and chalk up some of this time. And look at number 5, Shotzi, wrap it all the way back to his spot.
And he's got his Graw, he's got his kill. There's another player here in Abizi, but he's going to have 2 players to deal with. Meanwhile, on the hill, just so far to work with Abizi. Can he go huge? Can he go massive? Nope, it's the MVP, the regular season MVP, and Shotzi takes down both. And guess what? He's got his Graw, he's got his house. Clayster, we were on with him earlier. Our Game Fuel featured player going to get right back in the hill.
And Hoop now 4 away from dropping 40. We'll see if he can get to that mark. But for Clay, can they hold this and win it here? 25 more points needed, and they can lock it down. 2 already going to drop for FaZe. The hold seems to be going strong, but they're pinching now from both sides. Shotzi's Graw's connected. 2 are going to drop. Priesta falls off the map. Things falling apart for FaZe as Empire once again seem to get it done. Now everybody will fall, but Clay at least able to pick up one of the point. Is Shotzi now hits 5 in a row. Just 5 more points needed from Empire. Wow, they play this map well.
I don't know, man. I don't know when they implemented this strategy, but it has worked so far. I think there are a couple of ways to counter it if you're Atlanta FaZe. You need an early lead. They don't have it. Dallas played their game, and now they are up 2-0, and you can see Clay getting fired up. That's 2 times in a row where they have won a Zero Cave, which has been a problem for them. It's one of Atlanta FaZe's best map, and it's just crazy to watch this strategy unfold.
They won it 1 time in 6 months, Joe. Well, 1 time in maybe more than 6 months. Now they've won it in back-to-back days. And wow, is it fun to watch. What a map from Hoop. 37 kills he puts up.
And for Clay, 40. I'm sorry.
For Clay, our Game Fuel featured player, 2 minutes and 46 seconds in the point. And what a great POV you saw at the tail end of that. Like there was like a 30-second stretch where he'd have to shoot, just soaking up the time, locking it down, playing his role. FaZe get rolled. And now they're in trouble. Down 2-0. Massive map 1 victory it was, because when you and I were talking about the first, 3 maps or so, we felt pretty good about an Empire victory if they were able to take 1. Guess what? We're 1 map in. They already took 1. Empire in a fantastic spot. FaZe, a lot of work to do. The road just got harder.
Yeah, I mean, it's a long series, right? You have to win 5 games. It's going to take a lot of work.
Every game has champions. No heroes that draw into battle, that fight for glory. We watch and we cheer. We choose sides and pledge our allegiance. What happens when the loyalty is betrayed? What if nothing is quite what it seems? That everything you think you know is just a game. A game of wars and lies, cover-ups and disinformation. Secret operations that never took place. Federal pawns grind away their simulation. For every system has its weakness. Join me. It's time to learn truth.
Kind of winning the fight on both fronts. It's like, I don't know. It was wild to see, because I'd like to see FaZe trying to make those adjustments, but then it almost went worse, because then not only did they not win the rotation, but they didn't get all the time on Cave Side West, and that's sort of what sealed the deal. But yeah, I just don't remember. We've casted a lot of Cave this year, but I know the right side of the map for almost every instance outside of like the soccer field rotation is like has been the favorite spot. But I just have never seen that much emphasis on it, man. Just making sure you basically have right side spawns the entire map. But we'll get right into the U.S. Air Force quick scope. Look at how these teams have matched up all year long. They've been the top 2 for a reason. FaZe lead in every category, but not mattering much now.
Yeah, number 1 versus number 2. It's what we talked about. Both of them working so hard to get into this position. But Dallas Empire, I don't know, dude. This is why I took them, because I just feel like they have a strategy. They have a game plan. You obviously need to, execute that game plan. You need players like Hoot to go off. You right Shotzi to know his role. But, I mean, I guess for, if you're an Atlanta FaZe fan, we talked about the 5 maps being the same thing from yesterday. The next two Atlanta FaZe did win. But when you're playing the same maps over and over again, what adjustments are each side going to make?
Now we head to, and that's I think you kind of nailed it. Yeah, what adjustments are there going to be? FaZe obviously not able to make the key adjustments to take this map as Empire won it yesterday. The same result basically is going to happen here. And now, if you're FaZe, I guess, you know, I did the Talking in Circles show, and I think I was talking to Pristini on that, and one of the reasons I think he took Empire over FaZe in this, he was like, if they lose some early maps, I know the FaZe can get a little bit tilted. I think he said, like, I've seen a BZ's face, and I know that guy's tilted, and he thinks that can happen with him. And I guess I'm wondering if that could end up being the case here, is if Empire just starts to frustrate them a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, it could happen. I think if you look at, like, when we had double best of fives in the past, like, the team coming from losers, they would win that best of five, and then the second one would come through, and it would be a quick, like, 3-0, right? But I guess for these players like a BZ and Simp, because we don't hold them to such high standards, they've been so good, they should be able to bounce back, right? Like, I don't know who's going to be that vocal leader, but stick to your game. They know they can do it. And I will say, if you thought they were tilted, they came out after losing to Empire and beat Chicago, right? So they know the game they have to play. They know how talented that they are.
Just a reminder for how this plays out. Up 2-0 for your Empire. This is first to 5 wins. So 3 more map wins needed for Empire. FaZe are going to have to rip off 5. And maybe it starts here. Taking a look at what the Gunrunner search. Did you run through the overall stats for these guys? Because it's 0-3 for Empire versus Atlanta. Like they're 11-6 on it. Like it's a good map for them, but they've never beaten Atlanta here.
Well, FaZe is 11-2.
Yeah,
they've only lost it 2 times. Like this is their best search and destroy map.
Well, that's why I guess my point there is like if you come in and win this, if you're Empire, you might have just ripped the jugular out of FaZe. Oh, Mr. First Blood back at it. Abizi able to get the first pick. Man advantage quickly to FaZe.
Yeah, and yesterday it was a lot of talks around the First Bloods. Crim, though, big pick on a Major Maniac, and they're just sort of taking their time. But I think it was a 3-1 lead. It was very early lead for Dallas Empire. In Atlanta FaZe, they made some adjustments. They stuck to their game plan. This is part of their game plan, letting the bomb go down, playing the 4 versus 4 retakes. Watch Illy, though, number 2, maybe trying to work a flank. We'll see if Abizi's able to catch him. They are. They just play it patiently. Now they have the man advantage. Now they have to go.
Billy, BZ with the 2 kills in the round, but it's Crim once again that's able to bring it back. Even Priesta, though, puts the odds back over to FaZe. Crim, can he be the guy again? Just trying to finesse around, trying to stay alive. He's able to dip away into bathrooms. There's only 20 seconds remaining on the clock. Crim and Shotzi trying to get it done. Crim's able to get another kill with his knife. Priesta will lock down the final player with enough time to defuse, but Crim nearly made some magic happen.
But that's Atlanta FaZe. That's their strategy. Plant the bomb B. We will take our individual 1v1s. Typically, they have the man advantage. They're able to catch Illy out. That gives them the 4 versus 3. And what's just so difficult about defending this B side is it takes a smoke to, cover across if there's someone sniping all the way in the back from Dallas. It's tough. In Atlanta FaZe, they know what positions they have to take.
The FaZe get the round win behind some early kills from Abizi. He gets 3 in the round, starts off 3-1. And now kind of his home. In around vent room and pipes. He loves to do damage. 2 rounds in. 2 First Bloods for Abizi. The guy's impact early in the map is outrageous.
Okay, so now this is a key for me. And that is a problem what we just saw from Priesta. Because we saw this on Ramaza. Atlanta FaZe. I know Gunrunner is a bit of a slower map. And these things tend to happen. But you have to stick together. Use your advantages that you're earning in the rounds, because that's how they lost Game 5.
Oh, now things starting to unravel. It was Crim that was kind of the difference maker again. He gets that pick right after the First Blood, brings it back to a 4 versus 4, and then Clayster tacks on another.
And look at the flank. Look at Hook and Crim. They found the opening. Simp's all the way in the back. He's not watching anything. Hook doesn't see much, but the bomb is going to be planted. And you're going to have Simp all the way towards the back with a snipe. Hopefully for Dallas, they have somebody with a smoke to deal with this, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, even though you have the added man, it's not going to be easy. Now the smoke going to come over the top. Krim able to hit the shots. All down to Celium and Simp now to try and clutch. There's going to be 2 players pushing him in the back with a snipe. Simp's going to have to try and finesse. Able to take down one, but he will fall right after. Celium gets caught out as well outside of bathrooms in the retake. Solid from Empire. Will tie us up 1-1, Joe.
Solid Empire. Similar to what we saw from Atlanta FaZe. But if you're FaZe, you have another one of those rounds where you're kind of scratching your head. Where did things go wrong? BZ earns a very tough, first blood. Takes down Shotzzy. Priesta can't go down there. These little things, Maven, and they add up.
Yeah. No, I know you can't just, obviously group up completely and, get into a position where you have no angles, no map coverage. You need to play your spots and all. But, yeah, it just seems like a lot of positions where they have the numbers. Guy drops, no trade is there, and suddenly that advantage disappears, and that's why we've been highlighting it so much. But what a start from Krim it's been. He's already out to 6-1. He accounts for 6 out of their 8 kills. Pretty hot start for sure. As we'll watch Hook try to finesse up towards this bomb site. No work onto the plant yet.
BZ's in a great position inside of vents. Priesta gets taken down. Is there going to be a quick trade? It is. BZ's going to play his life now. Looks like they're trying to get a trade onto this, but he plays it. Shotzzy, though, with the dead silence comes behind him. Hook gets aggressive through crates. Now you have a 2 versus 4. You can get this bomb down, but Major Maniac going to keep them in this one.
Bomb not getting planted yet. Major Maniac almost able to catch one, but now his position revealed as he gets aggressive towards the site. Can he catch Hook? He does. He's going to catch Hook, but the bomb is starting to wrap out towards A. 2 versus 2. Playing Krim versus Simp and Major Maniac. Kind of father versus son as we get deep into this round 3. As Krim will try to get into a position to put this bomb down. And really, it might come down to whether or not you have dead silence on Simp or Major Maniac to try and make a play. Major's not going to have it. Not going to need it as the Simtex will hit. Bomb will not get planted. Clay last alive. No choice but to try and plant. Now, Clay, he had so many clutches yesterday. Can he do it again?
Oh, yeah, they hear him. One player's just going to run away. So he hears Major Maniac running up. He's trying to catch him to get the bomb down. Major Maniac's such a smart player. Well, he doesn't even give up the kill. So there we go. Atlanta FaZe behind Major Maniac finds 3 kills, a 2 versus 4. All right, Maven, we're just going to have some ridiculous clutches today. We got the 2 best teams in the world. Let's just let it happen. But how does that unfold? Shotzzy, he dies with bomb inside a vent room. They can't get the plan at B. They're probably thinking, you know what? Let's just get control. Let's rotate A. But guess what? Major Maniac goes big.
Shotzzy, though, with some beams. A BZ take it off the map quickly. But it puts us right into a 4v4 as Major Maniac big again. Look at number 9, though.
Around.
Yep, it's a fast flank coming in for Priesta. He's got dead silence. Just about to run out. Can he get to a position in time? And will he be heard by Hook inside of bathrooms? Not going to matter. Priesta's going to get the first kill. Now Head's going to have to turn from Empire. It's a fast trade out. But was it enough of a mess created by Priesta?
Well, I think who's going to get caught? Yeah, Simp just saw him. So into another 2v2. But I think he called it where Priesta just sort of, yeah, he made it a bit of a mess, right? They're going to have to rotate. Looks like Illy and Shotzzy, they're going to try to work the flank here. They're going to wait to see if the bomb's being rotated. They're going to play from vent room. Cell and Simp on the other side. Maybe just trying to catch them.
Nice
Shotzzy with a beautiful headshot onto Celium. Celium has been so good in that position all year long. Now it's on to Simp.
Dude, his first kill on a BZ was absurd too. Just literal beams, whether it's the MP5 or the M4. But now Simp. Chance to clutch. No Denny to use. Goes soaring out. Here's the first. Goes the challenge. But Empire have got the spots. Back and forth we go. Tied up 2-2. And a freebie here for Ilias. Simp trying to catch the first.
Yeah, Simp might be thinking like maybe the other player is vent and they're like trying to sandwich him. You know, if he spots that second guy, maybe he can turn it into something. But just some bad timing. But Shotzzy, really the key difference. Takes down the First Blood King and a BZ. Wins a one-on-one versus Celium.
And Celium, who you mentioned, has been so good. He's 0-4 right now. They need Celium on point if they're going to win this series. Major Maniac able to get across, take some damage, but going to stay up for now. The Simtexes will come in. Abizi with another first blood. Abizi follows up with 2. He's going to challenge for the 3rd. Not a 4th, but what a play from Abizi. But as it stands, it's still going to be a 2 versus 2. Celium and Simp versus Clayster and Shotzi. 3 of our 5 MVP finalists left in this round. The bomb now wrapping all the way out towards that.
Celium had Deddy pop, so he's not going to have that. Simp should get it. Shotzi has it. They're rotating towards A. Nobody's really watching this cross. Now Celium going to peek it. And this might be great for Cell. Shout out to our observing team. They've been just so good all year long. You see this overhead shot. And, well, Celium, he's going to win that one. Gives them the man advantage. The headshot goes his way. Bomb gets planted. Shotzi, though, a smoke magician. Not going to be able to do it. Atlanta FaZe, they clutch another way. It's like these 2v2s that we keep having.
Yeah.
They're going to have the round advantage.
And that's a big first kill for Celium, right? Like, he's getting blanked until that point. There, he's able to get it done as they let their dead silence build. But, I mean, it's all Abizi, right? I mean, the fact that he gets 3 mid-map, just a ludicrous play to make sure they're in a 2v2 and not some other insane situation. There's
just some like gaps, right? Because Abizi's typically the guy that's watching the flank through them. So Clayster, he finds an opening. He's able to get behind the defense. Abizi doesn't find 2 or 3 kills. Dallas may have a 2-round advantage or a round advantage. So he plays out of him.
That is Abizi's 13th first blood in the playoffs, by the way. Most in the playoffs. Envoy and Pristini, the 2 behind him with 10. So yeah, he's been good, but Shotzi is not missing right now. Shotzi wins another big gunfight. He'll be off the map. The BZ gets dropped. Risa, though, gets into this spot. Behind Dead Silence, but Shotzi able to read it, finds another kill as Shotzi continues the flow.
And that at times has been one of the problems with sort of Abizi's timings with his teammates, because I think he weakens Shotzi enough where there should be a trade. And basically, he's going to take those fights. It's the way Abizi plays. He's going to continue to take those one-on-ones and try to get his team first blood. But I think either a need needs to come in. There has to be a fast trade there so his hard work doesn't go unnoticed.
Well, we'll see if FaZe can get some revenge. His Empire had so many 2v4s and 3v5s they clutched up yesterday in the map 5. FaZe off a 3v5, maybe give Empire a taste of their own medicine. But Hook now hitting the cross, able to spot one, but he reactions too fast from Simp. I don't know how he gets 2 from that spot, but now a 2 versus 3, 25 seconds remaining on the clock. Celium and Major Maniac trying to clutch up. Celium wins another big one-on-one. Major Maniac will fall. Now 1v2 for Cell. But Empire, they've got to work this defuse, and Krim hits the shots, brings us to 3-3.
Oh, it gets a little close there, Dustin. It's Simp showing us why he's one of the best players in the world with some ridiculous shots, a ridiculous reaction onto Illy. But the number's too strong for Dallas. Celium, he gets put into a tough position. He doesn't know where Krim's coming from. He has to worry about the defuse. Krim continues to have a great map number 2.
Who's the first POV we were on? Because when he rounded the corner, when he's around the corner and we saw Hook laying there, before we hopped off, I'm like, oh, that's a free kill. And then Simp just snaps so fast. But not going to matter. As the round goes to Empire, 9-4 for Krim. Shotzi right behind him with 7 kills. First blood there to Krim. He's already up to double digits in 7 rounds. Krim 5 in a row, finds another. Krim is taking over, the most decorated Call of Duty player of all time. Getting it done when it matters most.
Yeah, what's sort of the argument is well, Karma's got 3 rings. Krim got the most titles. If he wins today, he will also have 3 rings. No doubt, the undisputed GOAT in Call of Duty. Still got some work to do. Bomb being planted. 3 versus 4. Shotzi, though, after getting that bomb down, does get taken out. So 30 seconds, 7.5 to defuse for Atlanta FaZe. But they have a lot of work to do, and this is an interesting setup. Where is Illy right now? Where is Illy? Does he have something on the bomb? Look at this angle from Illy.
Well, he's got the shot as well. Simp gets caught. Well, you're giving somebody a haircut as well, but the spot, the angle from Illy.
Bring it all out, Maven. It's the last series, baby. Bring it all out.
What, you saw Hook spot through a window yesterday. You saw the beams from Clay through a wall on Ramaza. Like, yes, absolutely, Joe. Every single thing, every mechanic, every way to abuse this and take advantage of any potential situation, it is coming out now, and you love to see the spots. Awesome to see from Empire as they now go up 1, but triple positive is Krim. 12-4, what a map for him.
I will say, that is one thing I respect for Abizi's game, is he is relentless. Goes right back to it, continues to be the guy leading the charge. Priesta, though, gonna have to deal. Well, he thought he was gonna have to deal with Loud from Empire, and they're all gonna rotate back. Now Abizi up top bathroom. His teammates are worried about the flank, but the flank isn't coming through. He's hearing people under him. Here comes the retake.
Abizi's hearing so, and now he's gonna pounce. Another first blood for him. Nice trade through. Krim almost able to take down one, but the finesse comes in, and Simp able to win that. Numbers over to FaZe. Might not last long, though, as Shotzi's flying forward. Clay and Shotzi are going to get the play.
Oh, Simp goes. Oh, wait, no. They got it. Krim was on it. Krim was on it the whole time.
Oh, you have got to be kidding me. As the circus and the madness goes on around the site, it's Empire on the bomb. And they'll get the defuse through. Match point for Empire. What in the hell was going on there, Joe?
Yeah, that's what I said, right? You play around the retake, you have the smoke. Krim just hops on it, says, you know what? Screw this. They're going to have to check it. His teammates cover him. And woo, it was a close one.
Now FaZe have to rip off 3 in a row, or they are in an even tougher spot. Could go down to 0-3 in our championship match. Quick plant in from Empire. Now going to be a 5-on-5 retake for FaZe. First blood to Illy. Abizi's going to get dropped. What a big gunfight when it is, but they're Simp through with the trade as 2 start to work the flank. Priesta, though, is going to get caught inside of bathrooms, and Shotzi's going to pop dead silence to get rolling. Celium will fall as well. Down to a 2v3 as Simp and Major Maniac have got to get this retake in round win to keep this map 2 going, but they are in trouble. So little time to work with. The dead silence starts to come through. Clay takes down 1. Simp will fall, and Empire take the surge 6-3 on a map that FaZe has lost twice this entire year. Empire is rolling.
They're just, you know, they're shutting down Abizi a couple of rounds. Shotzi did it. Illy just did it right there. You obviously have that retake scenario, but like Krim with 13, Shotzi with 11. They're just making the plays. They're making the adjustments, and when you match up so many times, it's what we talk about a lot throughout the year and on broadcast, how difficult it is to continue to beat opponents over and over again on the same maps. Empire making the adjustments. They're making the plays.
Well, Joe, FaZe need to do something. They need to come alive, or this is going to be a very, very fast final. Empire are rolling right now, but let's take a look at our U.S. Army tactical play. It's going to be from round 7. Joe, walk me through it.
Well, I'm not exactly sure what round 7 is, but it looks like it's going to be Dallas Empire. Dallas Empire with the bomb down, and this is just setting up Illy all the way in the back, number 2. How do you defuse this? You hope you have a smoke on the map if you're Atlanta FaZe, but there's only 15 seconds left at this moment. Simp runs right into his crosshair. Maybe should have hit that one, but it doesn't matter. His teammates have his back, and we talked about these first 3 maps, how pivotal they were. Dallas was hoping to get 1. They get 2. It's the first 2. They're now up 3-0.
Yeah, that's what's so insane. Like, the series just gets better and better for Empire as we go. When you just talk about statistics on the year, I mean, I guess, yeah, you can throw them out the window considering the fact that 2 maps they've now won. They weren't great for them. They weren't beating FaZe on them, but now they are, and that's all that matters. Empire in control. Need 2 more map victories to close it out. We'll be back after this break.
Call of Duty League is brought to you by Metro. Watch the best at their best with unlimited data from Metro. All on T-Mobile's nationwide 5G network. Metro. Everything you need to rule your day.
Scuff Gaming, the official controller of the Call of Duty League. The United States Air Force. Learn more at airforce.com.
Save money at the restaurants you love with Grubhub perks. Use code CDLChamps at checkout to get free delivery.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to CDL Game Day presented by Game Fuel. We are 2 maps down. Empire currently sitting at 3-0 here in this championship matchup, and as you can see on screen, a mighty trophy, a massive and empty stadium. Again, social distancing, friends, do what you can to stay apart. As we now get into this, we've got a little bit of a match break. Our commentators and our players take a short and very quick moment to powder their noses, but myself, Miles and Chance will be giving you a little bit of a chit-chat, and of course we'll be giving you some fun news. And I'm not sure what's going on with the broadcast, mate. There was a bit of a funny moment earlier there, but very, very exciting games happening so far. Again, has not disappointed whatsoever. Chance, welcome, mate. How you feeling? Looking fantastic in green, by the way.
Dude, you look great in blue. I think we are just incredibly looking gentlemen on the day. But either way, I'm feeling great simply because of the gameplay. The first 2 maps that we saw, I think, are bringing a storyline together from Dallas Empire that has been being built basically since they brought Rambo Ray on the team. So personally, I'm having a fantastic day.
It's a good call on Rambo Ray. But before we get into the nitty-gritty of what has been 2 very exciting maps so far, it's about time to do the final chance. Grubhub pick of the day for the CDL inaugural season. I went with Mr. First Bloods himself at BZ. I thought he was fantastic. His 3-piece in round 5 of that search and destroy was absurd. You went alongside Hook, who made, honestly, what, 37-28 in the hardpoint? Unreal start.
I mean, again, like, when I had to make this pick, it was one of those things, is like, I did not forget how good Hook is and how great he can be when he's at his best, because he's gotten overlooked a little bit on this team, right? We always talk about the veterans on the team, and then Shotzi takes a lot of the limelight because he's the MVP. He's incredible, but Hook just beneath the wings, one of the best talents we have ever had in Call of Duty. It's been that way since he burst onto the scene back in AEW. He's been incredible, and I think the first map that he had, he was able to show off his stuff just a little bit.
It was beautiful. There's nothing to be slept on whatsoever, and we have slept on Hook for some time. Chance, we're going to talk about the grub we've picked up, mate. This was from late last night after a very long and exciting broadcast, and I cannot lie, I was out cold on the couch. My wife picked up the order, brought it in. We had a steak with a bit of lobster on the side there. I was going big for champs, but I actually was asleep during this entire experience. I was very, very tired.
Okay, look, no. I need preparation. Look, Miles, I had a rough morning. I need to get that out of the way. There was not a lot of prep time. I wasn't prepared for this in the slightest. So that's what my breakfast looks like, man. That's a normal-ish day. The smoothie was delicious at the very least, but like, oh, dude, it's such a bad picture, especially in comparison. It's so bad. You did great, though, man. You're carrying me.
I can't believe I had steak and lobster for dinner, and you had like a wrap and what maybe was chocolate milk for breakfast. Chance has been an absolute treat. But yeah, that's going to be the Grubhub picks all done and dusted. Don't forget about Grubhub. Do what you can to help out local businesses in your area. Again, from the times of 5 until 9 in your time zone. The perks section of the app. Do it. Just go there now. You know the drill. It's the end of the season. Well, anyway, we're going to throw over to Maven and Merc now as they get into the next few maps. Again, domination coming up after this one. Maven, are you there, sir?
And we are back. Thank you, gentlemen. I'll tell you what, Joe, looking at those two, Miles looks like he is like British royalty. Chance looks like he went to like a dating class and someone dressed him up for like his first ever date. That's his first date. It looks adorable.
I think you can tell the difference between the two in their food pictures. You had lobster and steak on one side with maybe a breakfast burrito and from Chance. I don't know, but yeah, you can tell the difference between those two for sure.
Well,
Love
Empire,
them both, though.
yeah, me too. Empire is up massively, and you know we've seen some crazy comebacks Like what? I mean, you've held. I hate to bring this up right now, but you've been a part of a series where you were up 3-0 and a team came back and won 4 in a row, right? So like, it is possible. We've seen crazy stuff happen. I think at AW it happened a couple times as well, but in a final.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough. I think we got sent stats after the first 2 maps, and some things that just stand out to me. Cell and Priest are both at a .74. You have Major Maniac and Abizi at a .85. So we talked about this series, especially on the pre-show, where FaZe has dominated the slaying. It's been the clutch plays and the teamwork from Dallas that have kept them in this, but it's the opposite right now. And it's tough for Atlanta FaZe if they are not all playing well. If they're not all slaying, I don't know how they win this one. So they have to step it up in the killing category.
Well, this is one that they were able to win yesterday, and it's been a great map for them. It's been a mode that they've dominated against Empire, but every time we've said something like that, it hasn't mattered in the slightest. I think without question, we are into must-win territory. Like, you've got to win this map for your face. You
100%.
absolutely have. Everything has to be on the line. Everything's got to turn around, and there's 4 kills in a row for FaZe. They start to get going.
Remember when we watched this yesterday, there was like Celium had multiple team wipes on Dallas that really changed the game for them. It was pretty back and forth. It was like an 8-point win, but Atlanta FaZe are able to pull it through with their second half comeback. We'll see who is that. Priest trying to make the play. I think he takes down 2, so he's going to stop the B cap for now. You see the blue arrows starting to get pushed up. The smoke is down. It's going to be a one-on-one, and Abizi says hello with his knife. So they're going to keep control of B, and that is a big moment. Now they can try to regain control of the map. And you see the spawns. Hook spawns out, and look at the pressure at C. Atlanta FaZe, they are flying.
Well, they're flying forward, and Joe, I think we need to hear the comms, because FaZe are in trouble. I want to hear what it sounds like. Are they regaining and ready to do battle? Let's go to an Astro listen-in with Atlanta FaZe.
I'm going top pass. I'm gonna
help you clear it out.
You're tracking. Top diner. Okay. Mike, good shit. Nice. Krim was top diner. Top diner. I keep him on B, Mike. Top diner.
Top hazard weak. Clay. Top has Clay, guys.
He's going to the right side. Our right side.
Line.
Nice.
Has Clay.
Illy's on line. Yeah, maybe if you can. I'm check your track. Shot you right now.
Top has your point C. Go C. Clay.
Don't go back.
1 C. Clay.
On B weak.
Nice. 1 with track.
On B dead. Nice 3. I'm popping this. Water tree, Krim. I'm one shot, I can't challenge.
Good tracks to B.
He's on B. Nice. One's probably out. Water tree dead. Nice. He's out. Bomb diner. One shot. Nice. I water. Get top camp. Get top. Yo. One shot. Top camp. Yeah. Top camp. I got one.
I'm your stairs. They pushed out water, I think, guys.
Yeah, they're gonna be C. They're gonna be on C. I'm needing line. There's 2 bombs down there. Do it. Help. Water fast.
There's one back up. I'm diner.
Top diner. Lion and top diner.
Go back flowers.
I'm trying to. That's one day. Hold.
Yeah, hold.
No, he's water. MC, he's water. He's not even looking at you. He's on the back right. He's going on the van, I think.
Tracks, Illy. Yeah, the tracks in close court. They're trying to put us in the trap. Make sure we get A.
Yeah, there's 2. Let me see. Respond there.
Cap A should be good.
I got it. They're going C from tracks.
Joe, what'd you take away from that, considering the spot FaZe are in right now?
Hey, they seem calm. They're playing their game, but Celium just went big at C. Takes down 2 players. They started on bad side. You'll take this 18-point lead. You would love to have around 15 points going into the half, but you have Riverside Street, but they're going to recognize that, and now it's a fight back for that B flag.
Yeah, they've been uppercutted and just laid out to start this series. And they get back up and fight back in this matchup, because Empire have been so damn good. But it sort of feels like we know, like, one big play, one big map win can be the difference. We know how momentum COD esports can be. FaZe needs some momentum. That's not all they need, but they need some momentum.
And they need big plays at big time moments. And feels like they're starting to get that maybe a little bit, right? Some of the players I was talking about in Celium and Priesta. Oof, just trying to play his life. That B flag almost captured for Dallas Empire. It's about 2/3 of the way there. But Abizi gonna take one. Priesta trying to sneak his way through towards C. He tapped it. I don't know if Dallas recognized it, but this could be a big 40 seconds. You could get a 3 cap here if Atlanta FaZe is able to execute this.
There's the neutral. And And now here comes everybody. Can he finish this before they get to him? The trophy's going to keep him up. The lethals and tacticals not going to phase him. As Priest able to dip back into Hazmat. But it's Crim with Dead Silence all the way around. That should be a freebie for Priesta. And he's able to stay alive. Finally going to get caught. Almost able to turn and burn onto another. But over to Clay's POV mid-map. Clay picks up 3. The Simtex hits. The M4 hits. And finally he drops. But that play enough to get some pressure onto B and alleviate the pressure from the home cap at C. The final seconds will tick off. And I believe the advantage... Okay, so you talked about that 18-point advantage. That'll stick through until the final seconds. And yeah, starting on the poor side, you feel good about FaZe's chances, but never count out Empire.
No, and we've seen some 3 caps. We've seen some 2 in the neutrals. We know that 18-point lead can go away very quickly, especially if Dallas Empire are able to get that flip towards C and get them spawning and trap them bottom side of the minimap. But it's going to be tough to do. Atlanta FaZe, they know they can play around this lead. They don't have to be the team to try to force things on B. You play for positions. You play around the kills. When you think it's time to get on the B flag, you do it.
Well, it's FaZe up 18, but it's Empire dominating the series. We're just kicking off the second half of the Dom. Let's go to an Astro Listen with Dallas Empire.
One shot, major.
Water Street, top left window, one shot.
Yeah, Water Street got me. He's on me.
Still on me, block.
The Water Street,
I spawned P1, guys. There's 2 on
Don't
me.
block.
No, he spawned out deep. One guy might be pushed up.
Yo, what guys mid-tracks?
Yeah. On B, guys.
Waterman.
Yo, we spawn P1. Spawn P1.
Yo, if you push your deal, flip 2A. One guy's at 1.
Yo, square.
Go.
Mid-track behind you guys.
Watch my mid-tracks, please. I can't see him. He's mid-tracks. Mid-tracks, one shot.
Mid-track dead.
Nice.
I'm gonna
I'm hopping C. Go C.
He's gonna be yellow, probably.
You're gonna spawn A.
No, one guy's definitely down there.
Yeah. We're missing one.
He's in yellow, weak, up easy. On it.
He went get to B. That was on there.
Cap it. Big win. They're spawning A. I'm camping top pool.
Top down or simp.
Hold this and we win, guys.
Top down or simp.
They're gonna be mid-tracks over and over. We got the flip. We got what we wanted.
On B.
On B. Top blue.
Top B.
Top blue. Watch mid-tracks a bunch, yo.
Where water?
I'm depleting this. Yo, he's on B. I got naded.
Yo, mid. Absolute mid.
Top left diner. Yo, they spawn deep. Top left diner. I'm gonna flash it for you.
Hold this shit.
I'm gonna flash you. Nice. 3 guys. I'm gonna hold right.
Yo, hold square. I'm getting in blue. No, one guy. They know I'm blue.
Yeah, back diner.
Yo, top rows.
Nice. I'm going top diner. Or you go.
Yo, I have P1 right now. I'm not going top.
One guy's blue street.
Yo, top blue above you, guys. One top diner.
I'm sound.
Hold this whole time, guys. Let's go.
Yep.
Every bomb
top blue weak, Priesta.
Every bomb there.
Well, it didn't take long. The flip comes in early from Empire. Joe, you heard Clay. Like, we just got to hold this. We got the flip. We got what we want.
Yeah, hold this and we win it. I believe that was his words. But Atlanta FaZe, very experienced domination team. They take down the player who was watching C. That was Crim. You're going to have a rotator and Illy, and he made the play. We saw a Beezy in this position. It's a Beezy who gets them out of that. You're going to have Clay who has another shot. But you talked about the flip, and guess what? It's just difficult to hold this team for this long. Atlanta FaZe, they're going to be able to get out. But you cut it down to 8. Now, can they hold on to 8B? It looks like Priest is all the way back A. They're trying to get a neutral at the B flag. They're getting all the kills. There's a few players left. Clay is going large right now, trying to play his life. Priest is on A. They're just going to play around these neutrals. I don't blame them.
Well, both are neutral. Only active cap is going to be C. Simp comes through with 2. The lead has been shipped away to 6. You see middle of your screen, Shotzzy on 5 in a row. But they've got them spawning bottom. That's what you'd love.
Yeah, can Major Maniac go big? And they're trying to find Shotzzy. He has played his life so well. Dallas Empire, they want to get to C. There's a couple of players back here. Just taking time to do so. And the players spawning up towards A, they're going to go towards that B flag from Atlanta FaZe. Major Maniac trying to do what he can.